Humans are worse than rats in a cage. A human's cage is a rat, and that rat is in a cage. They are trapped inside a rat which is inside a cage. A rat they cannot control. If you place a rat in the centre of a maze, it will find its way out. If you place a human in the centre of an IKEA, it will not. This is the story of a simple genius who is home alone. Will he stay sane, or will the PC madness kick in? An apple a day keeps the doctor away, but Bill has no apples, and all his windows have closed.
So I said to Bill Gates, which do you think is really best, Microsoft or Apple? And he just refused to answer. He just shut himself in his house. He's basically self-isolating.
So I went straight round to Bill's house and I tried the front door, but it was locked. I thought what I need is some kind of tool to help me gain access. So I looked around the front garden, but I couldn't really find anything. There was just a recycling bin full of discarded files. And I did try that, but the door was far too firmly locked. So I more or less gave up trying to gain access to the front. I did think about trying to gain access through means other than the door, but I don't know about you, I've always found windows to be inaccessible.
So I went home and forgot all about it. If Bill Gates wants to self-isolate, then that's up to him.
But I suppose we're all doing that more because of the virus. He's a bit paranoid about that kind of thing, really. Eventually I rang him back, and all he wanted to do was talk about his TED talk, and he told me, remember to wear a mask, wash your hands, and use the Edge browser.
Bill Gates is one of my best friends, but he can be such a diva sometimes. You didn't hear this from me, but every 8 weeks, they have to fly his hairdresser in from Milan.
But I said, listen, Bill, you've got all this time to yourself now, we all have, so why not teach yourself something new? Me, for instance, I decided to teach myself the hardest thing to do in comedy, and I'd like to demonstrate it for you. It's making money, Bill.
He goes, I don't understand. If you need money, why don't you just go to the bank and get some out? That's what I always do. I went, Bill, I haven't got any money in the bank. I haven't got any work coming in. Nobody else because of this stupid coronavirus. He goes, oh, were you doing some of your comedy? He goes, is this one of your bits? Because I'm not finding it very relatable. He goes, maybe you're not very good at observational comedy. I went, Bill, just because you've got $1 gazillion, He goes, oh, I've had difficulty with the coronavirus as well, you know. I couldn't get any toilet roll. I've had to start wiping my arse on £50 notes. I went, Bill, who's the real rich man here? Is it you with your gazillion dollars? Or is it me with my artistic integrity? He goes, it's me, and hangs up. I didn't hear from him for a few days after that.
I didn't want Bill Gates to be mad at me. He's a powerful guy. He can make you disappear. I didn't want him to buy me out. But I was mad at him, you know. He even considered defecting from Windows to Mac. But, you know, that's sort of like cutting off your nose to spite your face, really. Who knows who actually would have been capable of doing it. Guess we'll never know. Because he got back in touch.
Speedy said, well, as Chico's coming from Milan to do my hair, do you want yours doing as well? I said, Bill, we're in isolation. He said, yeah, but I want it cut Microsoft. I said, do it yourself, Bill. I mean, I've got coronavirus. Chico's probably got coronavirus. Do you want Apple taking over, Bill? Do you really?
The thing is, he's just not open to any other ideas or opinions other than his own. Like, as soon as you start to say something that he doesn't want to hear, just shuts the conversation down completely. And then, of course, it'll come creeping back to you a few hours later, you know, send a little passive-aggressive message like, well, that ended unexpectedly. Yeah, it did, because you're a sociopath.
It's rumoured that Bill Gates was born with a medical condition known as withered genitals. Imagine, if you can, Jeremy Beadle masturbating. Now invert that image. That's Bill Gates. Now this plagued him all through his college years. He was bullied incessantly. There goes micro penis, the other kids would shout at him. There he goes, dick so soft, the girls would chip in. And the anger started to build up inside him. And he vowed to get his revenge on humanity. So with these words ringing round in his head, micro penis, dick so soft, he came up with the perfect name for his company. Dixopenis. Yeah. I think they make vaccines.
But he's completely lost touch with the outside world. I've offered to provide him regular updates, but he doesn't want to know. I said to him, if you don't accept my updates, you won't be protected against malicious attacks from your neighbours who are tempted to take advantage of your generally poor security systems. He didn't get it. Went straight over his head.
Okay, a lot of people are talking shit about Bill Gates right now. And I'm not having it, because I know exactly why he's not coming outside. It's a little thing called getting hench. I'm doing it as well. That's what I'm doing right now. That's why I'm sweaty. I've just worked out. He's inside working on his physique. He's doing bicep curls. He's doing push-ups. He's doing pull-ups, chin-ups, anything with up in it. He's doing it. Yeah, and including storage backups. Okay, he's not an idiot. Right, and there's a reason he's not coming out straight away. That reduces the element of surprise. You want that effect of the before and after picture. Okay. Started isolation as a little skinny nerd that no one respects. He's going to come out like a fucking beast. And you'll all be sorry. Yeah, including Apple. Apple can go fuck themselves. The thing about Apple and Steve Jobs, okay, I'll give them a lot of credit. Some great work they've done. Yeah, I'm filming this on an iPhone.
Ow! So this is how it ends, is it? You've exploited my image for your own financial gain. My suspicions had been eating away at me for years, and now you're destroying a nice metaphor. Ow!
But they've always had the concepts, but they've never had the biceps. I can't wait for Bill to get out and just start smashing shit up.
So anyway, I was trying to get in the house, and I went round the back of the house, tried all the doors. So I had to try the windows of Bill Gates' house. What? Windows has already been taken. Of course it has. Of course it fucking has. What about files? Microsoft? Well, what's left then? Megabytes. They had a sandwich. And he took a megabyte. Do you know what? Fuck. This is absolute.
Which reminds me, I've got this friend called Steve who believes everything I tell him. And I told him once that it's because Bill Gates is the richest American in the world that the Americans call dollar bills bills. Is to remind us that most of them are actually bills. And then he recently found out that the richest American now is Jeff Bezos. So he's going around telling everybody that we should start calling them Dollar Jeffs. He's even started a website about it.
Anyway, so yes, I was running at Bill's again, just trying to make contact because it's difficult when people isolate themselves. And I said, Bill, like, what are you doing? And he said, no, the world's a dark place. I said, why do you think the world's a dark place? And he said, Amir, I've been through a trauma. And I said, what's your trauma? And he said, okay, so I was on a romantic date with a girl. I have a private helicopter, so I took her flying around on the helicopter and we saw the mountains, but then the engine started to fail, so I had to do this kind of emergency landing, and like one of the kind of the helicopter kind of like landed kind of sort of sideways into the track, and it and I thought I was protecting her side, but I wasn't. We spun and she was crushed under the weight of the crashing helicopter. And I said, oh, so you were trying to do an update and you crashed. And he said, a woman is dead.
Anyway, after that, I tried to cheer him up with technology jokes. So I said, I was in HMV. I said, I'm looking for a Dell. The guy said, I'm sorry, we don't do laptops. Then I said, I was in an Apple store. They tried to sell me a piece of material with electronics sewn onto it. The eye patch, they called it.
It just seemed to make it worse. He said he'd rather sit and play Minesweeper. And that hurt. Because that is quite boring.
So my friend said, remind me, what's this all about? And I said, I asked Bill Gates which was better, Microsoft or Apple, and he just wouldn't answer me. He just locked himself in his house. He's not had any physical contact with anybody for about 6 weeks. And my friend said, well, the answer's obvious then, isn't it? He obviously just prefers his own company.
That's so bad. That is bad, isn't it? Isn't that bad?
What do you mean? That was a good punchline.
That's not funny.
It's fucking shit. I haven't watched the video. I haven't watched it and I know it's shit.
I'd say of all the bad things to have come out of this pandemic, that is probably, I don't know, somewhere in the middle.
If somebody else wants to be the person that does the punchline, then okay, you volunteer and we'll see how much better you do it.
I mean, you insisted on doing the punchline, and that's what you came up with, so...
That's actually gutting. That's actually gutting how bad that is.
I hated it. That was shit. What was that all about?
Honestly, everyone involved, including myself, should get coronavirus. Awful. What have you done with your coronavirus, Daisy? Make a stupid fucking video. Oh God, this is going to get brought up at a dinner and I'm going to be so embarrassed.
Tell you what, in a few episodes' time, we're going to be looking back and going, I wish our punchlines were as good as the one in the Bill Gates episode. It's going to be one of the better ones. Because this is difficult. This is difficult what we've been asked to do.
I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. For me, for you, for everyone involved, for Bill Gates.
Right, and in the unlikely event that you've got this far into the video without in some way being involved in it, let me tell you, Damon Conlan has wasted months making this. Months making this. Seriously, why are you still watching it? Honestly, I would rather sit through another one of his rope tricks.
You know what the best thing about this video was? That little fucking paper clip that you put in the corner. That was great, brilliant, excellent. I even put on the same t-shirt and clothes that I wore the last time to do these videos for that. For that.
Too many people were involved in this for it to be that shit. Honestly. Honestly. Save yourself the trouble next time and don't even bother clicking play. Just read the description and go, no, report, block.